Okay. I can speak English, I guess. My Vietnamese is not that good. Okay, good. Nice to meet you. Hi, hello. Yeah. I should say that, I'm very grateful, for, let's say, the 2 weeks I had a chance to spend here at PTIT. Also, with my colleague being able to explore the area and so on. Wonderful, wonderful. The reason why we are here is because there's a collaboration between PTIT and Howest University in Belgium, and we cooperate. Um, Actually, we're doing a project together, industry project together. So we're doing projects for mostly Vietnamese companies here, and students work in teams and mixed teams. So have Vietnamese PTIT students and have Howest students. And so nice cooperation. So Belgian students come here, they work here for 2 weeks, and then all of them go back. So include all the Belgian students and the Vietnamese students go back to Belgium, where they continue the project work. So I think it's a nice opportunity for all of them to be able to do this. So maybe in the future maybe you will be part of such a project, and we will be more than happy to welcome you then. Okay, good. All right. If I'm correct, you are first year multimedia students. Yes? Yes. All right. So what we have prepared for you today, or this afternoon, is actually two workshops. Yeah, two sessions, parallel sessions. Um, so after a general introduction, you can choose between a session which is more focused on artificial intelligence, and the other session is then more focused on XR. Yeah. Okay. So depending on your interest, you can choose. Okay. Good. I think it was already mentioned during the introduction. So this is my colleague Frederick. Easy to pronounce. My name is Wouter. No. Just I always tell people, think about water. Bottle of water. If you said water, then you're already very close to how the name is pronounced. Anyway, doesn't matter maybe. So we are from the Howest University of Applied Sciences in Belgium. Has anyone ever been to Belgium? Probably not. I did not expect many hands. So Belgium, it's actually a very small country in the center of Europe, between France, the Netherlands, Luxembourg, uh, Germany, and then if you cross the North Sea, then you get to Great Britain. So it's like really the center of Europe, and maybe here. So Belgium here, and Howest University is located on two different campuses um, in the western part of Belgium, close to the border of France. So from where we live and work, it's maybe 20 minutes to Lille, 10 minutes to the French border, 20 minutes to a big city in France. It's if you jump on the train, maybe 1 hour and a half, 2 hours to Paris, going to Amsterdam, to London, to Berlin is maybe a bit far away, but to Germany is all doable. So that's actually quite nice for students to study there in Belgium. So actually, West University is quite a small university, and especially compared to PTIT, you have how many? More than 20,000 students, I guess, 25,000 maybe. So we have maybe by now I think the slide needs to be updated, but around 12,000 students, I guess. Yeah, so we're one of the smallest universities in Belgium, but we are the biggest when it comes to IT. So students that want to study applied IT, multimedia, um, game development, artificial intelligence, and so on, well, they better come to Howest. Yes, so okay, good. Um, so yeah, some pictures of our campus in Bruges. Here, where Frederick and I teach in Kortrijk, and who knows, yeah, in the future you might visit us. We mainly focus on three main pillars. So design and technology, that's what we are famous for. Also human science and well-being, and then more business-oriented studies with company and organizations. Yes. I will not go over all the slides, but we offer some programs fully in English. So I think multimedia is definitely a good study to if you want to come to pick one of these studies at our institute. So we offer some semesters, let's say artificial intelligence mostly, but also full programs, 3-year programs in English. Or maybe you're thinking about doing an internship, you can come to us, or we will do a project together. Okay? Yes? Just one final question. Who knows some famous things about Belgium? What comes to mind if you think about Belgium? Some ideas? The best beers in the world? Chocolate? Some of you know Stromae? No? Yeah, the artist? No? And maybe for soccer, you know, some 11 players, maybe, yeah. Oh, I see. Okay, good. So this as an introduction. Right now, for let's say the next 1 hour, 15 minutes, 1 hour and a half, we would like to offer you two, as I said, two different sessions. One session is about, let's say, a more general but also hands-on introduction to XR given by my colleague Philip. I don't know if you want to say a word about this or what.
Well, we look at what it is, where it is used. So we're gonna look at XR, what it is exactly, where it is used. Yeah, we have a closer look to the software and hardware stack. And at the end, we will do small assignments. We try to build an XR prototype, very small. Yeah. Be well.
Yeah, and the other session is a more conceptual introduction uh, to AI. Yeah, so from maybe the machine learning until the more advanced AI models that are being used by you all the time, right? Okay, so to get some basic understanding, maybe I will show some tools you didn't know about, and yeah, so some theory and some demos and practice. So up to you to choose XR. Who wants to do XR? Who wants to do AI? No one. We have a third option. We go drink some beers. Okay, XR can follow Frederick to the room next door. It's 5:05. Okay, 5:05. Yes. AI can stay here. And based on the context we're in, we try to make good decisions. That's basically what AI is trying to do. Actually, it's nothing new, yeah. AI, it has become very popular the past 3, 4, 5 years. But, but actually, the foundations of AI, they already date from maybe here, the 40s, 50s, from the previous century. At that time, researchers were already trying to build like the building blocks of the brain, like these neurons. They were trying to build it with electronics. So actually, the foundations of ChatGPT already dates from the 40s. Yeah. Okay, and this I will skip here. And then I think I will not go into the entire history, but if I have to pick one almost deciding moment for AI, it was in 2016, where AlphaGo beat the world champion in the game of the board game Go. I'm not sure, is it popular in Vietnam? Go? It's more, I think it's Korean, yeah? Korean, China, Chinese, and so on, yeah? So actually, this game is a very simple game in terms of the rules of the game. Yeah. But what is very difficult about it, and especially for artificial intelligence, is that you have so many different combinations. So here, there's black and white stones, and they have to be placed one by one on this board. Yeah. One has to kind of encapsulate the other. Yeah. And for AI, it's incredibly hard to play this game because each pattern is almost unique. Is unique. And like for example, this pattern here you're seeing probably uh, has never been played before. Even if you have a deck of cards, what is it, 42 cards? You shuffle them. What is the probability that this exact sequence has been there before? Almost zero. So in the entire human history, probably no one had this exact sequence of cards. So, and there it's even hard. So for AI, incredibly hard problem to solve. And they always thought it will not be possible to do this because if you want to solve such problems, you need kind of intuition, experience, and so on, creative thinking, building strategies, and so on. And still, the AlphaGo beat the world champion. World champion was so he got into a depression basically, and he stopped playing this game. Yeah. So, what was so unique about this is that the type of AI they're using was based on what we call reinforcement learning. And reinforcement learning, actually, is there someone who has heard about this term? No. Reinforcement learning is actually learning by doing. Yeah. You try something, you check what works, what doesn't work, and you try to do more of the things that work and less of the things that don't work. Yeah. And what they actually specifically did here, so they took an AI and they made this AI learn from previous games. So the AI was looking at people playing and was learning from this. Yeah? So the AI got a bit smarter, but still it cannot be the world champion because he's the best one. Yeah? So you need to find some ways to become better than the examples that you're seeing. So what they did is they call it self-play. So from this AI that already can play decently, they make a copy. And these two copies, they let them play against each other. And their task is, of course, one tries to beat the other and the other one tries to beat the first one. And by doing so, they start to find strategies, find ways to beat the other one, and it both become smarter and smarter and smarter until they can start to play superhuman level. So it's a bit like children playing, right? Two children having zero knowledge about something, but just by playing together, they become smarter and they discover the world. Now, this type of technology has been used by ChatGPT. Yeah. Okay. AI is everywhere. Okay. It's in your phone. It's in different devices. It's in whatever search you do, you get into a car. There is AI in airplanes everywhere. Yeah. And in certain domains, AI has become incredibly good. And one of the domains is computer vision. Yeah. So since a couple of years, AI has become better at recognizing things, objects, and images than we can do with our eyes. Much better. For example, in healthcare, this is the retina of an eye. Yeah. Well, AI is much better to detect certain diseases in the retina than doctors with years of experience can do. A couple of years ago, I think about 3 years ago, I was doing a project for a company, and what they are doing, and maybe let me pull up some image. Strategies. Here. Recognize this animal? This is a black soldier fly, about 1.5 centimeters wide or length. And it turns out this animal is a very interesting one because the eggs of this fly, they contain a lot of protein. And in Europe, in Belgium, we use the eggs to mix in food for animal food. So we don't eat them. So humans don't eat them, but we mix them in animal food to enrich them with proteins. Yes. There is like one problem. So to get eggs, the females need to produce these eggs, and if they are together in the cages with males, yeah, things might go wrong. Yeah. If you have too many males with the females get stressed and they don't produce any eggs. Yeah, okay. If there's not enough males with the females, not much will happen. So, not much egg production either. Okay. So, a Belgian company came up with an idea, and they built a kind of machine, like a big box, like 3 meters by 3 meters. And what it thing does, on one side you put a kind of big box with a mix of male and female flies, maybe 10,000 flies. You put them on one side, and the other side of this machine, there is UV light. And these flies, they love UV light. They are so much attracted by it, they want to go there. So all these flies, these 10,000 flies, they want to go to the UV light. But to get there, they have to pass through a small transparent tube. And each time a fly passes through this tube, such a picture is taken. Yeah. And then this picture is shown to the AI, and the AI needs to decide, is it male or female? If it's male, well, the fly will be blown by air pressure in one kind of compartment in one box. If it's female, in another one. So this machine is kind of sorting, dividing males or discriminating males from females. Yes. And it was my job to do the AI part. And what they said, we want an accuracy of 97%. So the AI can make some mistakes, can mistake male from female or way around. But it turned out the AI was doing incredibly good. Like on 1,000 flies, it hardly made like one mistake. And what is interesting, yeah, is that sometimes the AI could say, look, this is a male fly, and a biologist looking at it could not verify it, say, I don't see the difference. Because humans, they usually look here at the tail part, and by looking here at this part, more or less you can say if it's male or female, but sometimes you just don't see it. But the AI could. And if you then ask the AI, yeah, but where do you look at? Then the AI can clearly say, look, I have decided, for example, this is a male fly because of this region, this region, this region. We can absolutely not see. Yes, sometimes details in pixels or combinations of pixels, and so colors and color changes and so on. So AI has become incredibly good at it. Yes. All right. So how do you build such a system? What do you need to build this? What do you think? A lot of data. And here a lot of flies, a lot of pictures, basically. You need a lot of examples. So you need to show the AI, look, here, the picture that you're seeing here is a male fly. This is another male fly. This is a female fly, and so on. And then by itself, it will start to discover what are the specific patterns that are really specific for male flies and for female flies. And after some time, it will start to learn this. You don't have to say, look at this part, look at this part. No, you just show examples and it will start to figure it out by itself. But you need a lot of them. Maybe hundreds, maybe thousands of pictures. And these pictures have to be labeled. For each picture, you need to show it and say, look, what you see here is a male fly, what you see here is a female fly. Meaning that in advance, a biologist, for example, has to label all these flies. Has to check them out. This is male, this is female, and so on. So a lot of work. How does ChatGPT learn? Any idea? ChatGPT, or you'll use ChatGPT, or maybe use Gemini, Claude, other tools. Yeah. Similar. How do they learn? How do these models become so smart? No idea? No? Well, what they do is they collect a lot of data. So, for example, OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, tries to download everything they find on the internet. Everything. from Wikipedia pages to websites to forums, everything they can get their hands on. Websites 3, 4, 5 levels deep, everything. Yes. So then they have a huge database of text, also images, but okay, text. And then what they do, they train an AI on this text that can do the following. You give it a piece of text, a small phrase, a couple of words, a paragraph and a text, and the only thing that ChatGPT or one of the other models is doing is to predict the next word. It's a bit like your cell phone. If you type a message, it predicts the next word, right? Yes, good. But it can do this in an incredibly accurate way. Okay, understand it? Yes? So, yeah, a huge amount of text, and then constantly you show pieces of this text to the AI. The AI predicts the next word, and then you can verify it if it's correct or not correct. If it's not correct, the AI will learn from its mistakes, and next time it might do better. Yeah, so actually that's what it's doing. And that process, just to almost to train this autocomplete, it takes months, maybe on hundreds of thousands of GPUs. Uses millions and millions of dollars in electricity just to make this almost autocomplete. Yeah, okay. Once it can predict the next word, then in the next phase they will kind of tune that model so that it can answer questions. And this they usually do by using questions that were answered by humans. So then they feed a question, and then the AI needs to generate an answer, and this answer then is verified by the template answer. Maybe 200,000 questions were answered by humans, like what is the capital of this city, how would you react in this situation, and so on and so forth. And this way, the AI learns to answer questions. And then a third phase, and maybe also had it, sometimes you ask something, and ChatGPT gives you a couple of options, a couple of answers. Yes, like, and then it asks you which one is the best. Yeah. And then you pick the best answer, and from this, the model, ChatGPT knows, okay, next time I get a similar question, I'll ask and I'll answer in this fashion. So it also learns from us what we find good answers. Okay, so, but you need a lot of data to train your AI models. Yes. Another project that our students make, I mean, very small actually, an assignment, is they get a data set, a real data set with data about employees of an international company. And this company has thousands of employees. And they use that data set to train an AI that needs to predict whether or not an employee will leave the company. Yes, and it's incredible how accurate you can do it. It's been, I think, almost not more than 95% accuracy. You can say, look, this employee, this person will not be working for the company anymore next year. Yes. So this is what you see right now. That I don't know in Vietnam here. In Europe, it's not legal, but that companies start to use AI to do job interviews. So it's the AI asking you questions, the AI reading your CV, the AI assessing how good you will be for this job, how good you will fit within the culture of the company, and so on and so forth. Scary, no? Okay. Yeah, I think maybe the planet can benefit from AI because AI allows to do things much more efficiently. So, for example, not switching on the heater or the air conditioning when you're not home. The AI can see when you will arrive at home just by looking at your calendar, maybe knowing your location, and so on and so forth. So production processes can become much more efficient. But there is a downside. And what is the downside? These AIs, each time you ask a question at ChatGPT, that consumes a lot of electricity. So much electricity up to a point where the big players like Microsoft and OpenAI and Facebook and so on, they need to open nuclear power plants to power their AI. And Microsoft recently bought a nuclear power plant that was shut down because there was an incident. They will reopen it to power their AIs. Do you have an idea? No, maybe wrong question, but if you would know how much electricity is just wasted because people at the end of a conversation with the chatbot, they just say thank you. You know, you ask a question, maybe you talk to your AI, you get the answer, and then you say thank you. Well, the AI will respond to that thank you. That thank you, that response will cost a lot of electricity. So don't do that. Yeah? Okay. Okay, I'll go over this. If you are using AI, what are you using? What types of tools are you using? Who uses ChatGPT? I don't, but maybe some of you. Gemini? Sometimes? For just answers or image generation or creating? Yeah. Okay. Claude? Copilot? No one? Copilot? Here, yes? Don't be shy. And those who did not raise their hands, what are you using? What? Which one? Meta AI. Really? Meta AI? Some? No? Okay, that's fine. I'll skip some of this. Okay, raise your hands. ChatGPT, who uses this one? Okay. DeepSeek? Some? Yes? On your phone? Gemini?
guys, ChatGPT was who? Oh, about 50-50. Meta? Rock? No, yes, rock? Okay. This one probably not. Mistral? And here, Claude? No? Copilot? Me? I use 3 of them, mainly. Make a guess. No. Stop it. No. No. Yes. No. No. Yes. Yes. No. Quen sometimes, but no. Okay. You know, if I might do a small prediction for the future, I think there is a big chance that maybe in a couple of years, ChatGPT will not exist anymore. Maybe. And the reason is actually OpenAI, the company behind the ChatGPT, wants to invest or needs to invest, hold the table, $1.3 trillion. $1,300 billion. Well, every year they lose like $30 billion. So they lose money. On each one of the subscribers, they lose money. So how will they do this? I have no idea. Yeah. Okay. Also, I think Google, Microsoft, they can integrate this AI in their products. People using ChatGPT are using this for the AI. Google, Microsoft can implement this in Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and so on. Yeah? Okay. But actually, if I would have to pick one, this one. I happily pay my monthly subscription for this one. Yeah.
What is the use for?
Yeah. Okay. I will give some demonstrations maybe. Okay. Yeah. Let's do it right now. Do you have an assignment for some class, some course? It's finished. What was this about? What was your assignment about? Okay, here I have Claude. Not really visible here from the back, I think. No, not. I cannot expand it, the text, but okay. I'll show you. So here, on the left, there is a there is the normal chat. Just like you use ChatGPT. By the way, I see you taking pictures and so, but I can share the slides with you afterwards if you want to know the name. So the normal chat. Okay, Claude is fine. Actually, Claude is better at writing text than ChatGPT, I found. So the quality of the text produced, I find, is better than ChatGPT. but okay, no reason to use Claude for this. Yeah, so the normal chat is the chat like you use. There is, have you already been building websites, for example? No? Well, you might do this in the future. And this is called here Claude Code. Claude will do the coding for you. You will just say, I want to build a website for this company, and then you give a description of the company. You provide some images. You say, look, all the data about this company you can find in this folder on my computer. Build a nice, professional, good-looking website for it. Done. 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, the website will be there. I just did it here as an experiment. So you say, look, I want to build a website for this type of company. You provide the images, all the data, and so on, and then it makes it and fine. I think for students, and what I find Claude incredible at is here Claude Cowork. It's like your personal assistant. You can give it tasks and it will start running and it will do everything for you. Yeah. So, give me an example of an assignment you had recently. Did you have to make a project or some work? What? An essay? About? Random brands. Okay, for marketing. Yeah. Okay. Look, we can do it, but I'll first. I'll first show you some other examples. For example, next Monday, I have to go give a training at a company, an AI training. And actually, it's a co-pilot training. So, Microsoft Copilot. So, they asked me, there will be like all salespeople selling products, and they want to use Microsoft Copilot to become more efficient, to make sure they can do research on the company they will sell the products to, and so on. Yeah. So next Monday I have to give this training, but I don't have that much time to prepare this training. So what I did, I asked Claude, and it was in Dutch, but I will translate it. I said I have to give a training on AI co-pilots for salespeople at this company. Yeah. Here, I had a meeting with them. I have a report of that meeting. So in that report, there is everything they want, and I have included it. So you can find all information here. Yeah. There are requests for specific cases that I will have to discuss during that training. Yeah. And then I ask, build this training for me. Build me a manual that I can follow with the timing and so on. Give me demos, build demos for me, build some data sets that I can use, and maybe build a hands-on exercises that they can use. That's what I was asking Claude. start. And after 10 minutes, I got this. All the documents that I need. Let me show you here. Here are some instructions here. Oh, some here all these Excels, all demos that it builds, and so on and so forth. Yes. I'll show you something I'm not allowed to show. Alright, maybe. I can stand. Look, let's give a practical example, maybe. So you said we have a project about what? Branding? Let's first, I'll make a new folder. Maybe here, downloads. Here. All right, look. I'll tell Claude, look, what you can do here, you can work in a certain folder. And I will select that folder here, Claude Demo. And now Claude can use all the documents that could be in that folder. Also, the output will appear in that folder. Okay, good. So, what was your assignment? Do some research about. It's like Alice and strategic. It's like the analysis strategy was so amazing. You can know. It's like analysis strategy of selling or some brands. What can I? Is that a specific brand? Yes, selling. Sales strategy of sales and revenue. Revenue of. Showing take Nike, Coca-Cola, Nike, whatever. Okay. Yeah, insights.
Okay. Yes. What?
Change like to I said like shirt
Okay, Nike shirts. Nike t-shirts. Yes. Shirts. Nike shoes. Okay. So I gave Clover task. Look, I need to make an assignment. I have other things to do, right? So make a strategic analysis of the sales of Nike shoes. Okay, that's what I need to research. I said make an in-depth analysis. Do it per region, maybe Asia, Europe, and so on. Yeah. And actually, this analysis should end up in a Word file, a docx file. Some data I want in an Excel, and I also want Colin to generate me a PowerPoint presentation. Yes, so let's do it. Of course, the output will be better if you are much more specific, right? So this is just for demonstration purposes, but okay. Start. Maybe I should have said it should be in Vietnamese. Was it in Vietnamese? Okay, fine. Okay, now it's doing the research, meaning checking online, checking for sources, collecting all the sources, interpreting these sources, and then it will start working on making the analysis and building all the different documents. Okay, while it's working, it might take like 10 minutes. So we will have Claude do its work. What is the audience? Student academic, okay? How much historical depth for the sales data? 5-year trends. Yes. Okay. Let me show you something else Claude can do. It's working, right? Here? Um, Okay. Do you also work in Excel? With Excel sometimes? Sometimes. Okay. Here is an Excel sheet, just some example, right? Maybe again hard to read, but actually this is like sales data. So on a certain date in a certain region, a certain sales representative sold some products, so many units for this price, and so on. Yes? Okay. And then here there is another tab here where you can see the customer satisfaction, how satisfied was this customer with this product, and so on. Yes? Yeah. So this rough data, doesn't give you much insight, right? So if you have a cloud, you need to have a subscription. So cloud subscription, then you can install here the cloud plugin. See here? And okay, I hope it will open. Hopefully no restrictions because it's already running here. Okay. So I can ask Claude, like, give me some insights, some in-depth insights in this data. And especially in the sales. Okay, so here I just asked Claude, give me some in-depth insights in this data, and then especially focus on the sales representatives, the salespeople, on their performances, and also make some insightful graphs. Yeah, so go. Yeah, and let's check what is going. What is this? You can turn it into a presentation. You scan some reports. Okay. See, Claude is working on the Excel, and you can see some conclusions, some graphs will start to appear, some tables. Already some analysis, sales representative performance analysis done. Yeah, I'm not sure what it's doing right now. some more reasonings. Let's check. Okay, so let's do Claude's work in Excel now as well. Yeah, and in the meantime, I think I will show you maybe the most useful tool for students. It's called Notebook LM. Have you heard about this? Never? Use it? I see you saying yes. You use it or no? No? Okay. Um, so if you have a Google account, you just go to notebooklm.google.com. Yes? All right. So just a Google account is enough. In fact, I think even if without any subscription, you can also use it. Maybe not the best performing models, but it might still be very useful. So notebooklm.google.com. Yes?
To your notebook, and yeah, here it is. Yeah. So you get this kind of pop-up asking you to upload documents, and it can be PDF documents, these can be images, can be docx files, and so on. Yeah, so you can upload documents. For example, you need to make a project. Other projects you had to make? No? Not yet? Or you want to study something? Yeah, you want to prepare yourself for an exam? So here you can upload maybe the PowerPoint presentations of the course, maybe Word documents, PDFs, that you got assignments that you made, and so on. Yeah, so here you just upload them, drag and drop. You can also here give links to websites. You can connect to YouTube and so YouTube videos and so on. So imagine you have to make a project. Let's say let's make an analysis of this company, give some advice and blah 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 and so on. Well, all the documents you have about this company, you can just put it there. I'll give you an example of existing things we did. Wait. I'll and maybe another one. Yeah. My daughter is 11 years old. She at school, she starts now to study French. Yeah, so every week she has some homework to do. She has a test every week, and to study she uses Notebook LM. So what she does, she takes her phone, she takes pictures of her textbook, the chapter that she needs to know for the exam, or for the test, let's say, takes pictures. For example, here they were in PDF, but I think, oh, what happened here? It's because the internet is quite slow. But just pictures of a textbook. She uploads them to Notebook LM, and then she can ask questions. For example, explain me this part. And Notebook LM will give here responses. See? Like, for example, this word is used in this context, this word is used in this context. But you can do more. You can, for example, generate a flashcards that can help you study vocabulary, for example. You can ask for a quiz. Ask me a quiz. Give me questions about that course. You can, and what is very interesting, you can ask Notebook LM to generate a podcast. So where like two people are discussing the documents that you have there. Okay? And that's something, yeah, you can listen to. Well, you're maybe in traffic or something, you can listen to this, and you can even talk to these people, explain me this, and they will explain you. It's like a teacher explaining you certain things. Okay? You can even create a slide deck, a presentation, and so on. Yeah? So see here, just her textbook. She made some images like this, uploaded them, and then here. She asked for a French quiz. What is the correct plural form of un bureau? Les bureaux, or des bureaux. Voilà. Okay, that's right. Next question. Okay, good. So it can help you study. Put your material there, ask for a quiz, ask to explain certain parts of the course. Explain it in very simple language. Translate it in this language, and so on. So for studying, very good. Here is another example. This was a preparation for a big project. A big project. In fact, together here with Vietnam, with people here from, colleagues from Vietnam here. So they traveled to Belgium. We were sitting in a meeting room. In that meeting room there was a blackboard, or a whiteboard actually. We were taking a lot of notes, making drawings and so on. So what we did, all these drawings, we uploaded them to Notebook LM. You see, drawings of this whiteboard. We added some other documentations, PDFs, and so on. And that really helped us. Then we could ask questions. Now build a timeline for the project. Build a budget table for that project, and so on. Okay. So that can help you really well. Yeah. And then maybe another example is the following. You can ask Notebook LM to do research for you. So we just had the example of Nike shoes. Yeah. So let me say, look, Notebook LM, do some research about the sales of Nike shoes per region. Okay? And then I can choose for fast research. That will only take maybe 20 seconds. But if you want to do it extensively here, then you can opt for deep research. But that might take like 1 hour. And then Notebook and will start to search the internet for maybe minutes, for hours. So now for demonstration, I will just use fast research. Okay. Yep. Okay. Research is done. It has found a lot of sources. Yeah. So here are all the sources it has found on the internet, so you don't have to Google it yourself anymore. Yeah. Notebook did it for you. And now I can, for example, ask, give me a summary. So Notebook did the research. Yeah, it probably found sources that you would never find yourself. They are added there on the left. And once they have been imported, then you can start to ask questions. Like the questions you had in your assignment. For example, research the evolution of the sales, for example, of this. What is the impact of this aspect on the sales and so on. So here, I already have it here. So this is the summary. And then here the yearly, as I asked, the yearly revenue starting from 2020 till now. Okay? For example, now I can add this here as a source. Save notes. I will add this to export to convert to source. Yes. And let's ask now, let's not ask Notebook to make a presentation of this. Yeah? A presentation and maybe a nice infographic. Yeah. Okay. So Notebook did the research, found the sources. I asked for information about the information I wanted. Yeah? And now from this information, I will make a presentation immediately, and I will also make a nice infographic. Good. So Google is working on it. So Notebook try it out. I think you will love it. Yeah? And then maybe let's go back to our Excel. Here. Just ask me some question. It's here making the graphs. And if you go back to Claude, okay. I think Claude is finished. It's finished. So, revenue, overview. So, remember, we asked Claude Cowork, make some assignment for me. Yes, do some research on Nike. So overview, revenue per region. It has created all nicely put in Excel sheet. The product line, segment profit, and then here probably it's still creating some charts. And if we then check the demo, I think it also has made here. Look, a nice report it has made with a contents table, executive summary, the scope, some graphs, as I asked, like per region, profitability, and so on and so forth. So, and even the references. Just with one question. Okay, let me check what else is there. And then it also has made a PowerPoint. With a SWOT analysis, strategic analysis, and so on. Okay? You see the strength? You just give it a task. Say, do this for me. Claude goes to work. Yes? This comes to Copilot as well. Microsoft Copilot will offer this as well. Based on Claude, it's coming. It's already there in preview, but it's coming. So for those of you who work with Copilot, it will be there. Yeah. So I think that might be interesting for you as a student to learn and to work much more efficiently. Where was I? Here, Excel. Remember the analysis of the data, the sales data, also being analyzed with conclusions, insights, graphs, and so on. And then maybe back to Notebook LM. Here you are. It's in Dutch. I should have put it in Vietnamese or English whatsoever. But remember, we did a deep research, or we did a research, check for information about sales data of Nike shoes. Notebook LM search for all the sources itself. I asked some questions like now look specifically to the regions, the different regions, and then make a nice infographic about this. Easy. Good? Yes? I think we'll have to conclude. There's so much more to say, to show, but I think, at least hope that some tools might be useful for your study. Good at your first year students so that you can already start to use them and be more productive. And don't tell your teachers that you use them. Okay? Good? Yeah. Okay. Thank you.